Alright, this is a test run for a new freestyle game. Big ups to Jamie for giving me some words. Absolute legend. Alright, so what it is, I've sorted some beats out into film genres, vaguely, based on the aesthetic of the melody and beat and whatever. The participant gives me 10 words, a protagonist, an antagonist, a setting, and a genre. And that's it. The rest is up to me. So, I'll run through them. I haven't pre-organised this, but I'll be doing this on the street in Sydney next week, just so you know. So, the protagonist is Filthy Phil. We got Joan, the antagonist. Setting is motel poolside. Genre is psychological thriller. And we got Boysenberry, hurdles, portrait, swimming, crunchy, perfection, amazement, slide, edge, and touch. Alright. Yo, let me set the scene. We're at a motel poolside. And right now we ain't going on a cool ride. Nah, cause you see Filthy Phil, he thought he was the illest and he thought he was the most real. And he poisoned many with a cake he made out of boysenberry. But see, not everyone got that, some were immune, and all of a sudden started to feel the rumble of doom. See, Joan was from outer space, yeah, that's right, and she had the most profoundest face, and she could not ingest the poison, it didn't affect her, and so she started to moisten her glands and attack Filthy Phil, but in the mind, you see, he didn't know what was really real. He started jumping through so many mental hurdles, it felt like his whole life was going through a whirlpool of memories. Yeah, and then he saw it. Something had changed in his own self-portrait, like Dorian Gray. Everything was all ominous and grey. He had no idea what was going on. He didn't know what to say. He was swimming around in his thoughts. Yeah, that's right, he was drowning in thoughts. He heard the sound of remorse echo through his head. It was twisted, yeah, and his mind was getting so dark and wicked. Yeah. His mind was so crunchy, like leaves on the ground. Everything felt so funky and ugly. He thought he'd never reach perfection. He thought he'd never get out, it was never ending. Then all of a sudden, in amazement, like daylight coming through, he could see where the next day went and where it was going. He could see into the future. And it was getting tricky, like the Kama Sutra positions that you can't do without lots of stretching. All of a sudden, he felt like his mind was edging. He was swimming around a dark hole, but he got out again. And all of a sudden, he started shouting, "Hey Joan, where are you? I have some questions. How did you trick all of my mind's perception? Why were you immune to the poison boysenberries? Yeah, and why are you so moist and merry?" She didn't know what to say. Nobody had ever come this far and gotten away from her spell and tricks. She had to report back to the aliens. Yeah, because this instance was the craziest to ever be written down. She felt too much. And then she leant in for one touch. All of a sudden their minds were bonded, collided, and then all of a sudden life was squandered. They become one mentally, but not physically. Two minds split between two different entities. That's where our story ends, or is it? It was quite exquisite. Big ups, Jamie, for giving me those words. That is the first one of many. I'll be posting this test run because why not? So yeah, we got the psych thriller bit. I don't know why sci-fi came in, but that's going to happen. We're going to get multi-genre because my imagination will tend to go other places when I'm freestyling. But who knows, if I do this long enough, maybe we'll come up with a freestyle blockbuster plot. That's almost a tongue twister in itself. Peace.